Hey Hustlers! On today's episode of the podcast, I have Antti Alatalo joining us. So, Antti is the co-founder from Cash Cow Limited, which is an affiliate marketing company, which means that they own multiple websites, all generating revenue from affiliate marketing. So, however, their main moneymaker is a website focused on the gaming casino industry called Casino Professor. The company was started only 2 years ago, so it's a really young company. But in the first month, like 99.99% of all businesses out there, they started with 0 sales in the first month. In the second month, they made about 100 euros, which is awesome. And on the third month, this is where things start to get interesting. They made 10,000 euros in affiliate marketing revenue. Fast forward 2 years later, today, they now have a team of 15 employees and their revenue is consistently over 6 figures every single month and in euros. Isn't that amazing? So hustlers, I just want to say something. I'm a big fan of monetizing traffic using affiliate marketing. It's usually very consistent and can really explode in terms of revenue and growth if you know what you're doing. So guys, if you want to find out more about Antti's business and how he leveraged SEO for growth, stay tuned to the end of this episode. I'm going to do my best to prod every single secret out of him, okay? Hey Antti, welcome to the Hustler podcast. So let's start by introducing yourself and Cash Cow Limited a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Antti Alatalo. I'm originally from Finland, from northern part of Finland. But through a couple of pit stops, I ended up moving into Malta about 3.5 years ago. So I've been living in the small island in the middle of Mediterranean for the past 3 years.
I see. So tell me more about, what were you doing before you started your company?
Yeah, so I was working for a local or like one of the local like affiliate marketing companies. And at the time, it was one of the biggest affiliate marketing companies probably in Nordics and in maybe even in Europe. And I got originally recruited for them as an SEO specialist. So I was doing SEO for the Finnish market. And I worked there a little bit over a year. And then I left and was freelancing for a while. And during that time, I got the idea of setting up my own affiliate marketing company, which I ended up founding with 2 of my current business partners.
So, so you're 1 out of 3 of the co-founders of Cash Cow. How do you guys meet each other?
Yeah, so me and Mika, my second business partner, we used to work together for this company where I was working previously. So I kind of lured him out, and the third business partner who kind of put the initial financing in, him I knew through our mutual hobby. We were both doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at the time. So that's how I kind of knew these guys who I work with now.
I see. So let's talk about your job, like in that affiliate marketing company that you work for. What kind of products or websites do they own?
So they're mainly doing like affiliate marketing for online casinos, so lead generation for gambling space. So that was their like biggest thing at the time, and I think their biggest product is called Ask Gamblers. That's probably their most famous website. But other than that, I think they had probably like over 1,000 websites which were generating like leads. So it was like at massive scale how they were doing affiliate marketing.
Right. So you mentioned that one of your business partners put in the financing, right? So how do you deploy this financing starting off this company?
So basically we had, this is kind of the funny story. So we had money only for 3 months. And basically that money included like all the content, link acquisition, and our salaries for the first 3 months. So if we wouldn't have made it in those first 3 months, we basically would have had to stop the whole operation and go back to day jobs. But luckily, we managed to get some income in like relatively fast early on.
Right. So as an SEO myself, right? I'm very curious. How did you grow 100x from the second month to the third month? Because you know what all SEO experts say, right? SEO is a long-term game. You build up your domain authority, you build up your backlinks, you create amazing content, and it will probably pour in 6, 9, 12 months later. So how do you do it within 3 months?
Yeah, so I have to be honest that we didn't get our traffic from SEO early on. So actually what we did is that, because we kind of knew that, okay, but SEO is going to take time, that maybe in a like best case scenario, we will get some organic traffic in like 6 months or so. So we're kind of looking like a little bit different ways how to generate the traffic. And then we started looking into like influencers, especially in YouTube. And we found some people who were like in gaming space, like maybe doing gambling or like video games. And we reached out to them and we asked them to do like a review of our website, where they were going to our website and choosing a casino where to play. And then they started playing. And little did we know that this hasn't been done, especially in Finland back then, by anyone. So we got like absolutely massive amount of traffic from YouTube. And interestingly, at the same time, we saw our rankings boosting up. So we started to get it also like organic traffic from like search results. Our own brand searches went through the roof. So it was definitely a little bit of a luck involved, like how we managed to get the traffic high up. And yeah, then it's just like we did it for a couple of more months, where we just like, we were finding like all the possible influencers on YouTube that we could get couldn't get in touch with them. But then it kind of slowed down because our competitors also noticed what we were doing, and then everybody started doing it, and it just got like so saturated that we kind of ditched it. But we also, by that point, like we already established ourselves like quite well on search, so we were getting organic traffic, so we were just able to scale it and take it further from there.
So you did not build the first 3 months worth of revenue through SEO, I see. And
no, it was through influencer marketing, like the first 3 months, how we got the revenue in.
I see. So initially it was influencer marketing, but what about now? Fast forward, say 2 years later, how does your traffic mix look like? How much traffic do you guys get from search or whatever?
Yeah. So it's like 95% is coming from organic search, basically from Google. And we have 3 branded YouTube channels now in 3 different languages that are also creating content. Biggest one of them is in Finland, because that's the one we've been working for the longest time. And there's like decent amount of traffic coming over there. And we also it definitely has like good branding impact in terms of that we can see that people are searching our brand directly much more. So we get like that big value there, that we kind of created our own keyword that is like very easy to rank for us. And it's definitely just like organic traffic where it's coming from. But what we did also is that we scaled our website it's currently on like 5 different languages, and we're looking to open up 3 more possibly this year.
So how is translating your website, how has that impacted your search traffic?
I mean, it's kind of like long-term game. So the way we do it is that we usually just hire like a translator who basically translates the content from our English content to, let's say, like Swedish or Italian or Spanish. And then we just let the content sit there, and then we monitor the search console data. But how is it getting impressions? Are we getting clicks? So we do like a soft launch for the new language versions. And once we start to see enough traction, then we might hire somebody full time to take care of that site, optimize the content further, create new content, build links, etc. So that's kind of our strategy.
So I'm assuming you use, hreflang tags and all that, and canonical URLs.
Yeah.
Right. So how long does it take? Or like, say, once you've translated your content from Finnish to Italian, how long does it take to see results from these translations?
So, I mean, depends, like, what do you mean by the results? Like, are you just looking like organic traffic? Do you want to have revenue or just like impressions?
Organic traffic.
organic traffic, I would say like depending on the market, how competitive it is, but you should see some results in 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Because it's piggybacking on your domain authority and stuff like that as well.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Because we have like a multi-site that it's been translated into like all these different languages. So we can kind of use the existing authority to push the site a little bit more.
I see. So, quick question: How big is your team now? Since 2 years ago, how did the number of employees?
So right now we have 11 employees sitting in our office, and then we have 4 full-time like freelancers who are working remotely, but they're doing like full-time job. But they just don't want to be in Malta. They have life elsewhere, so they're working full-time for us.
I see. How do their roles look like? Like how is your are they mostly content producers, or are they SEO specialists or translators or anything like that?
Yeah, so they're a little bit like hybrid roles that in a sense that we call them site managers. So they take care of the one language market where they create the content themselves. They handle the outreach, like link building part of things. But once the site starts to get like a really big level that there's like loads of traffic and the workload is heavier, then they kind of hire like freelancers underneath them who are doing like the the heavy lifting, like legwork for them, and they kind of just take the content and edit them by themselves and tweak it a little bit further.
I see. Is there anything else you'd like to improve as an employer? I mean, like you've only been a boss for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Like what kind of culture do you guys instill? Like
Yeah. So basically, we kind of measure we don't really keep like track on like how many hours our employees work. So instead we are measuring their output based on their performance. So we have like a bonus system where we track like the search analytics, like how many are they able to increase the clicks to certain pages? Are we getting more impressions? If not, like then something is wrong. So it's just quite easy to look from the data if they're actually doing something or not. So
right. Okay. So what's your role in the company now? Like, what does your day-to-day look like? You and your partner?
Yes. So my title is marketing director. So I'm mainly in charge of like the offsite activities. So link building, influencer outreach, and these kind of like other like things that basically happen like outside of website. So I do like a lot of these PR stuff, like interviews. I talk with the like industry newspapers and so forth. So that's kind of my role, how I work.
What about your other partners?
Yeah, so then we have Mika, he's also our CEO or managing director here. So he's kind of handling all the on-site activities. He's managing the development team at the same time. So all the technical nitty-gritty that is happening on the back end of the websites. And third partner, Kirmo, he's in charge of the sales. So he handles all the like client contacts and customer relationships and these kind of things.
When you say client contacts, are you talking about casinos?
Yeah, exactly.
I
see. The casinos where we're sending traffic.
Okay. So I checked out your site. You're using WordPress. I can see that. How do you keep track and implement all of the affiliate links?
We have like pretty scalable system, and we also have a software called Voonix, which basically connects to all the affiliate accounts that we have. So we have like a one dashboard where we see all the clicks coming, like how many clicks is Casino X getting, how many clicks Casino Z is getting, and so forth. So we can see from one backend like all what's happening in each affiliate account.
That's how also do you spell that software?
So it's Voonix.
Okay, I got that right. Interesting. So are you able to track affiliate revenue on Voonix?
Yeah. We also see like conversion rates. What's the average player value over there? So we get like a lot of data out of the one backend. So because as I said, like we have this one site is just in 5 different languages. We probably have about 300-400 affiliate accounts. So going through them manually would require like an army of people just like logging in, like checking the data. So luckily there's this software that connects everything. It's a massive time saver for us.
I think that's a massive learning for me, because I'm also into affiliate marketing on HUSTLR.
Yeah.
So and right now we're using this thing called Thirsty Affiliates just to track clicks and all this kind of stuff. But it doesn't report revenues, and that's I think is the most important part, right? So
exactly.
What kind of tools and strategies do you use for your SEO, activities?
I mean, like the outside of the free and obvious tools like Google Analytics and Search Console, which like already provide like so much data and value for you that you can use it so much. But other than that, we use Ahrefs quite a lot. I think it's the best like all around SEO tool that there is available in terms of looking the backlinks, like doing keyword research and getting like new content ideas. It's probably, in my opinion, is the best tool for SEO.
Like, I totally agree with you. I use it for a lot on link building, and also to check out competitors' backlinks, look for link opportunities and stuff. But what SEO strategy has worked particularly well for you? I checked out your site, Casino Professor. It has a pretty high DR, 63, right? Yeah. So how did you guys mostly get your links from?
Yeah. So because I firmly like links are of course like very big part of like SEO, but also I think like the freshness of content is a little bit like overlooked, because it's not the most fun thing to do, like constantly optimizing and updating content. But at the same time, we don't necessarily publish like new content pieces that much unless there's some keyword data to back it up, that there's actually like some point of creating this content piece. But other than that, we just try to update the content. We constantly monitor our like competitors, like how are their like top level pages matching to our top level pages? Is there something that they have that we're missing? So we're constantly trying to actually like improve our content, like both like the value of the content and the visuals of it, how it looks and so forth. And of course, we try to build links constantly, like more and more and more, and do it like more natural way. So it's pretty basic stuff, but I do believe that SEO is not some magic, that it's like all these like basic things just are quite enough that you can get like pretty far with it.
Right. So when you say top level pages, can you just elaborate a little bit on that?
I mean, yeah. So the pages basically which are getting like generic searches, let's say like online casinos or casino bonus or these kind of like, they're in our industry they're called like high value keywords, because usually the value of those people who are using those search terms are much more higher compared to, let's say, like people who are searching like no deposit bonuses or free money for casinos or these kind of things.
Right. So like online casinos are people who are just looking to play right away, for example.
Yeah, exactly. They don't care basically where they're playing. They just want like to find a place to play.
I see. So how often do you guys update content? Do you guys blog or anything like that?
Yeah, I think we're like updating constantly. So basically we do like the site managers do like a monthly plan on which pages they're gonna like update and try to optimize further, and then we take it from there. So there's like constant mix of like link building and content updating going on our website.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. So when it comes to content updating, do you guys just do something like, say updated 2019, or, are you guys always trying to add more value to these pieces of content?
Yeah. So basically we look at like the top search results on, let's say keyword like casino bonus. So we kind of look at like the top results, what they have over there, and then we try to take it to our content as well to include it over there. So we always try to add more value. So not just like changing the timestamp of the content piece, but also trying to add more value to the content itself.
I see. That makes perhaps because we're a new site. What kind of like HUSTLR.com, for example, we're a new site. Like 6 months old, and we're in one of the most competitive niches in the world, right?
Yeah.
How would you what kind of advice would you give me?
Well, I would say that if you haven't already done, you should probably benchmark your like top 3 competitors at first, and kind of just look what they already done, like which areas they're successful, and try to replicate it and do it a little bit better. So I don't know if you're familiar with Backlinko blog. Have you heard about the Brian Dean guy?
No, I have not. Can you just spell it out for me? Sorry, backlink.
Yeah, so it's Backlinko.
Backlink.
So it's like Backlinko. So backlink and O at the end.
So Backlinko, this guy, Brian Dean.
Yeah. And he has this method called skyscraper method. So that's pretty good resource for this kind of SEO tactic, what we're using.
I see. So what kind of, we do a ton of skyscraper content. So what kind of content have you produced that is skyscraper worthy? Like under...
I mean, it's especially like the top level pages, we do it all the time. So we just try to like pimp it up and make it like more valuable always. Same with like individual casino reviews. We always try to add more value to the content over there by creating more content there, which actually is meaningful for the users, and like graphics, videos, all these kind of things we try to add always there to make it a little bit more appealing and to stand out from the rest of the crowd.
I see. So I'm assuming that you're doing, you're usually updating content for, say, you're already number 3 on the SERPs and you're trying to get to number 1. And then you look at what number 1 is doing, and then you just update. It's like a constant process, is it?
Yeah, it's like never-ending process, and that where it gets very difficult is that when you're number 1 and you don't have anyone to benchmark anymore, so then you still have to kind of try to innovate all the time to come up like new ideas how to stay ahead of the curve.
I see. So what about YouTube? How has that played a part in your SEO strategy?
Yeah, I mean, it's been like very interesting trial and test to do it for us. So we have started to get like quite a bit of referral traffic from YouTube now. So a lot of times we review, like, let's say there's like a new casino coming to the market, which seems to be quite interesting. So we do like a pre-recorded video review about it, where one of our like video guys basically goes and plays at the casino, and he kind of explains like how does it feel about the casino. So we create like content about the casino itself, and then we actually try. It's been like interesting test as well that we've done some optimization for the YouTube videos as well. So we I've tried it a few times and it seems to be working quite well. Is that we optimize? So let's say we have a Casino X which just launched, and we optimize the video titles and tags for the Casino X. It usually starts to rank pretty well on Google as well, and especially if it's like a fresh search query that haven't been used so much, it usually appears on the actual search result list. So it's been like interesting test, and you can see from the YouTube backend as well, like how much traffic your videos are getting from the Google search. So it's been quite interesting to play around with it, and especially because it's a Google's product. So I firmly believe that there is some value if you can dominate in YouTube searches as well. So to your own site.
And now, Google is putting more rich snippets, like the Q&A snippets, like, and they're prioritizing video for a lot of SERPs. So I think that would really, really work very well. But do you build any links to your video content at all? Or just
we've used like, we sometimes build links on the videos, but like we try to embed them more than like building direct links to those videos. But what's been interesting is that like some of our videos have been getting like natural links as well. Especially the more popular videos have been getting links by default. But the tricky thing is that you can't really monitor if your videos are getting links, because there's no there's no search console for YouTube, and it doesn't show like where are you getting links. So you have to do like a lot of manual work to see if you have incoming links coming to your videos or to your channel.
I believe Ahrefs, you can paste like your YouTube video
channel
link.
or video. Yeah, exactly. But you still have to do it like one by one. So it's quite tricky.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So
Yeah.
last few questions. What's
Yeah.
next for Cash Cow Limited now?
Well, I think we're continuing to expand. So we just recently got the New Jersey license, so we can legally operate in state of New Jersey and do affiliate or lead generation for the local licensed casinos over there. So that's kind of where we're looking next. We already have a site up, but we haven't really done much with it yet. So it's again this similar strategy that we just put the site live, let it sit there, and see if it started to pick up traction. And I actually look at the data today, and it looks like it's been getting some impressions and even some clicks already.
Nice.
And we're looking to branch out a little bit from the casino space. So we have like other affiliate websites that we're currently working on. So just trying to expand all the time.
You want to tell me more about the other websites that you guys are working on? Maybe we can include a link in the show notes.
Yeah, sure. So we recently actually acquired from Flippa a site called laptopunbox.com. It's a Amazon it's a Amazon like laptop review site. So that's what we've been working on lately. We also got one finance site. We bought it like a month ago. And those two are like the newest what we've been, and we're still doing like niche research, like what would be the next step in the affiliate marketing space.
I see. So you guys are, looking at different verticals, not trying to be stuck in the casino gambling space.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So
if you don't mind me professionally, asking, yeah, sure.
Like say Laptop Unbox, how much was the site making, and how much traffic were they getting at the time?
No, not a lot. I think it was making like $100 a month, 120, something like that. But we also knew where we were getting into because it was just, it wasn't a good site by any standards. But the way we kind of look at it, that there's some traffic already in this site and it's not been particularly well built. So maybe if we acquire it, we can put some resources into it, like revamp the code and make it more technically better, the website, do a bit more SEO into it, and maybe we can make it work for us a bit more. And it's been picking up quite nicely.
Yeah, and I guess that beats building a new domain from ground up because, how Google treats new sites.
Absolutely. It's just like much more easier to get a already functioning site, even though it's not the best site in the world, but a lot of the groundwork has been already done. So you can just kind of start building on top of it.
Yeah. So how much did this website cost you, if you don't mind me asking, like for $100 revenue?
It was, we paid like $3,000 for it.
30 times the monthly revenue,
yeah,
sort of?
30 times, yeah, exactly. But we kind of look at it that it's a very small risk, even though we wouldn't like succeed to put it. But because we can use it as a link asset later on to some of our like US facing sites or so forth. So we could like a link that we have like control, and it's still, because it's not like a PPN site, because it actually has like a reason to exist because it's getting organic traffic. So this is how we sort of look at it.
Okay. So say the site building, are you involved in any of those stuff?
I don't do any I don't do any coding for us, really. We have a two Mika, and then we have a one hired developer who is also, they're kind of handling all the coding part of the website stuff.
I see. Okay. Last question before we end this episode, Antti.
Yeah.
What would you have done differently if you could start Cash Cow all over again?
Well, I would say that I should have been a little bit more like, how do I say it? I'm regretting that I never really, like early on, that I wasn't interested about like the accounting part of things. That I recently actually went back to school for a couple of months and studied like basics of accounting because I just didn't understand the accounting language at all. And it didn't cause us like massive problems, but there was definitely like misunderstandings along the way in the beginning because my financial language wasn't that good. So yeah, like if you're looking to start your own business, like try to understand the accounting and put some time into it because it's really, really important.
Can you share a little bit more of like an example of this kind of misunderstanding that has happened because you were not financially
Yeah, we had some
literate?
like, yeah, well, it was just like I just wasn't so much involved in it early on, and sometimes I feel like I was like guessing like how much we're making, and I was trying to look at the reports, but they didn't really tell me anything. So I just think it's like a good skill. It's same like understanding accounting and having like sales skills. Like I think if you have those two, you're like you can get pretty far as like a business owner if you just have those two basic skills. Rest is kind of course you can specialize, but those two are, in my opinion, like the most essential like skills for business owners.
I see. It sounds like you're the kind of guy who sits behind the laptop and gets stuff done behind the computer.
Yeah, but I'm pretty like I don't work super long days, but like when I work, like I don't really do anything else, so I just work.
I see. Okay, so I know I said last question, but you have two other partners. How's your working relationship like? Because handling partners can be tough, especially sometimes you feel like there's a little bit of unfairness and stuff like that. How do you guys manage to keep
I think we're I think we've been doing actually quite well that, and even though sometimes it can get messy to mix up like friends and business together, like so far I couldn't like wish like more better partners. Like I've been super happy to work with these guys. We work very well together, and we kind of have like everybody knows their own area, and you can still give input to someone else without them getting like offended or feelings hurt. So it's I think we have like an excellent relationship with two business partners of mine, and we do a lot of fun stuff together as well. So we go play golfing, do sports together. We travel to conferences, three of us, and yeah, we get along very well.
That's good. That's good to hear. Because some partnerships can just go down because like the business is doing well, but the partners don't see eye to eye, and then the business just dies sometimes. So I'm very glad that you have that going on, right? So awesome stuff, Antti. Thanks for coming on to the show and sharing so much about how you've grown the business through SEO, influencer marketing in the beginning. So HUSTLR Nation, if you know someone who is starting an affiliate marketing business like Antti here, please share this episode with them. It would really help them avoid making expensive mistakes and increase their chances of success. I'm not bullshitting here because I've learned a lot from Antti as well as an SEO and an affiliate marketer myself. Also, if you like this episode and have not subscribed to the HUSTLR podcast, now's the time to hit the subscribe button. Until the next episode. Bye.
Bye.